Hey everyone, thanks for joining us on King of the West Tonight. We're just 2 days away from the 27th Annual Cotton Classic at the King Speedway in Hanford, which of course will mark the 2012 King of the West Sprint Car Series finale. My name's Gary Thomas, that's George Egg, and we're coming at you with our final preview show, George, for the Cotton Classic.
Hey, Gary, tonight we will be showcasing some great interviews you did with King Speedway promoter Scott Woodhouse.
That was along with King of the West Sprint Car Series competitor and driver of the second Roth Motorsports 83 this weekend, Kyle Hurst.
And then the most requested, I can't even speak, I'm so excited. The most requested interview of all. We've been getting calls, where is Tailgate? Where is Tailgate? Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight you're going to hear from Tailgate. You're going to hear about what he's doing, what he's doing for a job and his personal life. We're going to get into Tailgate Rodriguez so we can get you up to date on Tailgate.
Definitely excited to hear from Tailgate, but we talked about it briefly already, the Cotton Classic this Saturday night. We're going to give a final preview as we're just 2 days away, as we said. A very large car count and star-studded field is expected.
Well, that's the key, Gary. Star-studded. I mean, we've got champions of World of Outlaws. I don't know how many King of the West champions we've got in a race this year. Biggest car count of the year anticipated for this race. It is going to be gigundous.
I'm excited for it, I'll tell you that. And another thing I'm excited about tonight, the 410 flashback, of course, presented by KD Performance. Tonight we're going to take a look back at the 1997 Mini Gold Cup up at Chico's Silver Dollar Speedway. A guy named Randy Tyner picked up the win.
Brother, driving for brother, and they pick up the win at the Mini Gold Cup. Exciting flashback indeed. Hey, then we're going to look up back at this week's weekly highlights. The most recent KWS race, August 18th at Silver Dollar Speedway.
Another exciting Prelude to Gold Cup.
Yeah, that's right. Prelude to the Gold Cup. And Silver Dollar Speedway doesn't get any better.
Doesn't get any better. And George, you know where we were at just a couple weeks ago?
I think we were down at Fernley, and we've got some great video to take a look at what we saw at the Fernley 95A Raceway a couple of Sundays ago. Go ahead, Brandon, let's roll that.
Hey everyone, Gary Thomas and George Hake here, getting set to head on up to the Fernley 95A Raceway to check out the Fernley Raceway for the first time in about 6 years. And I know me and George are excited. Without further ado, let's get on the road, George.
Let's hit it, man. I'm ready to go.
Let's go. First time in Reno in 6 years. Definitely pumped up for this. It's gonna be exciting. That track was a lot of fun when we went back in the day. Nice long straightaways, and excited to see the tailgate section too. See how many people are up there camping and barbecuing and hanging out. Well, hey everyone, we're just now getting to the Fernley 95A Raceway out here in beautiful Fernley, Nevada. See George A coming out. We both have our Hoosier hats on. And Gary, I think we ought to go check out the pits. Let's go check out the sights and sounds of Fernley.
Looks like I got a lot of cars here.
Absolutely. Walking here at Fernley 95A Raceway. A beautiful facility.
Yeah, big classic cars.
Big classic cars.
Two-day show. Late models, modified.
Yep. Well, this is Gary Thomas with King of the West Tonight. We've caught up with another one of our young go-kart racers. Let's introduce you to the fans out there. What's your name? Where are you from?
Kenna Kirsten, I'm from Nevada.
And you had a pretty good weekend, it sounded like. A couple of solid, good finishes.
Yeah, basically.
A couple of thirds. That's not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
How long you been racing?
About a year now.
And you're having fun every week? How many times have you raced this season?
Every time except like 2 or 3 because my bike's caught.
Trying to get it fixed and everything? Some of those bad things happen in racing?
Yeah, like my motor. It keeps on breaking. I don't know why, but it keeps on breaking for no reason.
Might be going a little too fast out there or something, maybe.
No, because the oil started leaking. And then my dad's like, oh yeah.
What kind of things you looking to do in racing? You looking to move up into any higher ranks and get out on the big track someday out here?
More like just having fun and having a good time.
Well, that's what it's all about, and we're going to see you out here next year at Fernley Raceway?
Yeah, I'm going here every year. And my dad's a sponsor.
Well, that's pretty cool. We'll look forward to seeing you next year.
Yeah.
Well, race fans, when you think about unique facilities in the West Coast, you definitely got to point to the Fernley 95A Speedway. Of course, you just saw a piece with myself and George up there visiting their 2-day nationals, and we had a lot of fun, George, and like I say, it's a unique place.
We're kind of scoping the place out because we're going to be there a few times next year with the King of the West Sprints. And you know what I really enjoyed is the kids.
Right.
Big family atmosphere. That tailgate parking up on the hill. Is that cool or what? That place was packed up there on the hill.
It gets a lot of fun there. Of course, the Golden State Challenge Series, for the fans that might not have been around about 6 or 7 years ago, was there twice in 2004 and 2006. I know my family and I actually hung out in the tailgate area, barbecued, and it's just a fun place to go. I mean, you can sit in your car and watch the races.
That was a day race, and they had all the fans go down and meet all the drivers, and it took a lot. I mean, it was a long show, but it was fun. I mean, they had something going on for the fans and the families all day long.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to go to Fernley 95A Speedway. Definitely look for a lot more announcements coming up. Going to be some exciting news about that place. And I think next up, George, we're going to go.
Well, you know, we just didn't sell it for Sunday.
True.
We went back later in the week.
That's true.
To Reno and Fernley, and we visited Fallon and Lovelock. But you know, we did meet with some prospective contractors to do some improvements on the Fernley Raceway. We're not going to leave it the way you saw it in the video.
Right.
No. Dan Simpson, KWS Entertainment, they want to make that facility one of the state-of-the-art facilities in the West Coast. They're bringing in a new sound system, new electronic scoring, going to bring in some more seating, some more bathrooms, some more food. It is going to be an exciting year next year to watch the evolution of the Fernley Raceway Park.
And you know, something else that's pretty cool about it is those box seats on top. I know we have some plans to maybe cover those a little bit, and we went up there and stood when we were taking a look at it last Sunday. And just a lot of neat things for Fernley that fans are going to want to come and check out.
Yeah, and it's only like 30 minutes away from Reno. So you can run a race. All our races up there are 2 or 3 day races. So you get done with the races, and then that night you can go back to Reno and have fun. Or there's casinos right there in Fernley, and it's going to be some great racing. I'm really looking forward to that evolution of making Fernley Raceway Park one of the best in the West.
One of the most fan-friendly facilities, no doubt about it.
Hey, now you know, we're talking about the interviews we had. Let's run the interview you did this week with Kyle Hurst.
Well, everyone, we'd like to welcome back to King of the West Tonight, one of the guys that's always guaranteed to put on a show when he signs in at the back gate, none other than Sacramento's Kyle Hurst. Kyle, thanks a bunch for joining us on King of the West Tonight.
No problem, Gary. Thanks for having me on again.
Well, hey, bud, you know, this weekend you have to be really excited to get back in that Roth number 83 junior car and finish off the 410 season out here.
Absolutely. You know, it's always a privilege to get in that car, so I'm looking forward to finishing off the year with them in the KWS race, and should be good.
Now, talk a little bit about your outing at the Gold Cup Race of Champions this year. You, of course, were driving for Dennis and Teresa Roth and had a really strong Saturday night. You won the last chance showdown and then came from 17th to 7th in the feature, so it was a pretty good run.
Yeah, you know, we struggled with qualifying the whole week. I don't know why, you know, whether it was me just not making good laps or what it was, but we always raced good. We always had the speed. Jeff always gave me a great car, and yeah, we were strong Saturday night. We won the B, and I think that helped running those extra laps. We got the car where it needed to be for the main event. And then we just charged, and the track was pretty racy. You know, it's slick, kind of run the top, throw a couple side jobs, and we were just able to move forward. So I got to thank Dennis and Teresa for giving me the car, and you know, everyone that helped out on the crew, and you know, we were able to run up front a little bit.
Now, when we talk about diverse drivers in the state of California, on the West Coast really, your name's been popping up a lot lately. You've accomplished a lot with the wing, but also a lot without the wing, and probably the biggest one this year had to be the Louis Vermeil Classic where you won for Rod Tyner. So how big of a deal was that for you?
Oh, absolutely. I was fortunate enough Rod wanted to go run that, and that's always something I like to go do. It's just a matter of finding a ride for it. And he messed it up and got the 53-inch axle in his wing car, and we went racing. And Saturday night we got upside down running fourth, but we were just trying. That track was pretty treacherous on Saturday night, and Sunday everything just fell on our way. We had a good car, and we were able to lead all 30 laps on Saturday or Sunday, and it was good. I like non-wing as much as I do wing racing. We just don't get to do as much out here, like on the like in Indiana or whatnot. But it's fun every time I get a chance to do it. I'm hoping to find a ride for Oval Nationals, and just trying to keep being diverse and be good at anything I get in.
I think I was reading a tweet from you about a couple weeks ago. You were talking about how you wish you could spend a summer out there in Indiana racing some of the non-wing stuff. So I think that's a thing you'd like to do someday?
Oh, absolutely. It's always that dream you have in the back of your mind, just something you'd like to go do. You see Jack Slash just makes how big it is out there, and it seems like there's racing every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It'd just be something fun to go do if I ever get to do it or not. I'm pretty committed to the wing deal, and I like that, and so I'm trying to push forward in that type of deal. But it just seems, they have so much fun out there. It's such a great racing family out there, and just something to look for. And if I ever get a chance to go do it for a couple weeks or, sprint week or something, I'd love to go do that.
Now, switching gears a little bit back to the winged 410 stuff, this season's been one of your very best, and when you look over the stats for the King of the West Series, you've made 10 starts this year, and you have 1 win, 7 top 5s, 8 top 10s, 2 fast times, and 3 heat race victories. So, where do you rank this year in terms of success since you started back in 2005?
Well, I'd have to say this year's one of probably my better years out of everything. I've just been fortunate enough that good car owners are putting me in their cars, and I'm fortunate for that. I don't have the money to put my own car out there, so
right.
They're giving me the opportunity to do this, and I'm just trying to make the best of it, and I feel like we've been doing a pretty good job. Finley's putting me in the car, Ross putting me in their car, Silva let me run, Tyner, Rosser. There's all these people this year giving me the opportunity for Tulo, gave me the ride for majority of the year. Just up to all these car owners that are giving me the opportunities. I'm just trying to make the best of it, and I would feel it's probably been one of my stronger years. My confidence is up, and every time I just hit the track, I just try to run up front and make the people I'm driving for happy.
Now, this Saturday night, we have the Cotton Classic, which, of course, finishes off the King of the West Series season. Last year at this race, you were extremely fast driving for Dan Simpson. You were utilizing the A4MP experimental motor, so the night didn't quite end how you might have wanted. But this weekend, I'm sure you'll be looking for a little redemption and try to get that W.
Absolutely, yeah. Last year, Dan gave me a chance to come down there and work with Richard Brown. That was a good time. So I always love going to Hanford. I don't get to go down there as much as I'd like to, so I'm really looking forward to this weekend and go get my feet on Saturday morning and get to work with Roth Motorsports again. It should be good, and track's always racy. There's slicks up to a big old curve and get to throw some sliders. So hopefully we do good, qualify good, and just set up for the rest of the night.
Now, you talked about all the different cars you've driven this year, but what's it exactly like driving for a nationally known team like Roth Motorsports? And I think you're going to be in that car for the Trophy Cup as well?
Yeah, that's the plan. We're going to get to run the non-wing on Thursday, the portion of that, and then the wing stuff on Friday and Saturday. But it's great. Like I said, I'm just fortunate enough to get the opportunity to race for all these guys. You work your butt off to try to get to that point, and then they give you the best opportunity. They give you the bbest, brand new tires, the best equipment, good motors, their knowledge and setups and everything. So it just gives me my best chance to do as good as I can. So I'm just fortunate that, everyone's putting me in these cars, and I'm just trying to do the best I can with it.
Well, hey, before we let you go, we'd like to give you a chance to recognize all the people that's made this season possible for you. As you know, you've driven a lot of cars this season, as you mentioned.
Absolutely. First and foremost, I got to thank the Vertulos. They gave me the chance this winter. Nothing was going on. They got me going. So they got me going this year, and started out the season pretty good with them. And then, everyone. Dan Simpson let me race this year. Dennis and Teresa Ross. Jason and Scott Finley let me race. Rich Rosser jumped in his car one night this year. Paul Silva. If I forgot any, it was too many. But I got to thank all these guys. Putting some driver in their car to go do this every weekend, it costs a lot of money. So very appreciative of everyone, and just looking to finish off the year strong and hopefully find something solid for next year.
Well, hey, thanks as always for joining us, Kyle, and we definitely want to wish you the best of luck this Saturday at the Cotton Classic and also the Trophy Cup next week.
Right on. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to all the races next year. I hear Nevada's going to be pretty good, and all the races should be exciting in 2013.
Hey, everybody, just working on the 2013 KWS schedule here. But what a great interview with Kyle Hurst. He is one of the up-and-coming young drivers. He has exploded here this year. I think 9 different teams, 9 wins, 7 different teams. I get the numbers right. He is on a roll, and he's headed to Cotton Classic and Trophy Cup where anything could happen. So again, a great interview with Kyle Hurst, and look forward to seeing him all the next year on the KWS Tour. Now let's take a look at the KWS flashback, the 1997 Mini Gold Cup from Silver Dollar Speedway.
Now ducking inside. Scott's car washes a little bit. Rodriguez is right there now. We have Scott. Oh, and Riolo catches him, and up on his side is Chad Riolo back on all fours. Here they come. Your feature run here tonight in Chico. Off the corner, it's Tyner jumping into the front spot. As we get up to speed into turn number 1, it is Randy Boo Tyner jumping out. Statler is next. Then it's Gertie in the 3G. Paul McMahon is off of turn number 1. He's deep off the turn. He'll stop the car and draw yellow. Trouble for Tyner. Statler's your new leader. Tyner spinning in turn number 2. He gets back up and loses another spot to Kevin Pilot. Look at the wing on Rodriguez's cars. It comes up in the front. Rodriguez is obviously going to do a wheel stand with this setup. Now he's up in behind Rodriguez. Statler's going to go to the bottom. He gets through there. Clayton, as it continues to be Jason Statler, Kevin Pilot. Oh, and Tyner's hooked up with Gertie. He gets around him. Gertie's falling back. And the biggest victory of this man's career. And car 00 from San Jose, California, Jason Statler. Go to Bob Jarrow.
The best victory celebrations in motorsports come when Jason Statler gets a victory.
He wheel stands down the front stretch, and Statler comes up to his rear bumper. Jason keeps it on the bottom, and a spin. Burr catches him. And we've got a yellow, but Statler gets through there safely. DeCaris is up that spot right now. Now Brad Furr. Oh, and Tyner's got trouble again. For the second consecutive night, Tyner on the infield, and the yellow flag is out. The yellow flag will save it as we've got the 2F car off the edge. In this case, the lap did not get completed, so Tyner saves his position. We'll go all the way to the finish. Statler charges up to the bumper. Tyner picks it up over Statler. Third will go to Paul McMahon.
Well, hey everyone, when you think about exciting drivers back in the day, you definitely had to point to Randy Boo Tyner and George. When he drove for Brother Rodney, those guys were a dynamite combination.
Hey, you look up in the dictionary for up on the wheel. It's got his picture there. It's got Boo's picture there. What an amazing night, beating out Jason Statler. I tell you, it was great. I mean, those two guys just clicked.
Now, we definitely got to thank Grove Hill Quality Race Video for those great highlights. And now we're going to kind of get into our little preview of the Cotton Classic this weekend, George. We briefly mentioned earlier this is going to be one of the biggest car counts of the year. And when we talk about quality, it's probably second to none that we've seen all season.
Gary, we got the 2 preliminary night Knoxville winners in the field.
Jason Myers and Kyle Larson.
Well, hey, what about the other kid, Rico Abreu from up in St. Helena? He finished 5th at the same Gold Crown.
5th in the same night, and he's come back to Hanford with Paul Silva as his crew chief. Had a great run a couple weeks ago in Chico, and you can bet Rico will be up on the edge of the track.
How about another champion, Bud Kading, Silver Crown champion, USAC champion. This kid can do it all. I mean, you know, he runs as well, I think, anymore with a wing as without.
Earlier in the year, of course, with the King of the West Series, he won the Pombo Sargent Classic right there at King Speedway. And not only is he racing with the wing this weekend, he's racing without the wing, trying to lock up the USAC West Coast title.
So the brothers Kading will be in the field.
Brothers Kading, absolutely.
Oh, cool. Hey, another brother act, the Allard brothers. Stephen Allard got a ride in the Lamar 3C. Cody's still not feeling 100%. They had Stephen Allard in the car, and of course, Jonathan Allard will be in the Maury Williams car, so the brother Allards will be in the field.
And you look at Stephen, he in 2008 won the Cotton Classic, and Jonathan Allard's a 3-time Cotton Classic champion. So when you look back the last 10 or so years, almost every Cotton Classic champion is going to be in the field.
And one of the hottest drivers here at the end of the season won a preliminary up at Gold Cup, Sean Becker.
The Shark.
In that same car.
Same car, the 27 M&S Racing Bastio car, and Of course, won a prelim, finished third at the Gold Cup, and then drove for Dan Minnie a couple weeks ago and swept the Fall Nationals. But definitely excited to have the Shark in the field. He's always been strong at Hanford.
And this is added to the top drivers in KWS already. This field is going to be stellar. It's going to be tough just to make the main event Saturday night.
Hey, you look at that top 5 points battle. Jason Statler, Willie Croft, and Bobby McMahon. 9 points separate those 3 drivers. And I mean, that's thousands of dollars right there between positions.
This is a finale like NASCAR wish they could have when they go to Homestead. This is going to be exciting. I don't know how you're going to keep up with it all.
It's going to be tough. It's really going to be tough. And of course, 2 championships on the line. King of the West Sprint Car Series driving title, John Al looking for number 3.
Yeah, and the championship owners, it's Roth Motorsports looking to pick up another championship.
And of course, Tim Kading and Kyle Hurst, our other guest, will be in 2 Roth cars. So
this is worth the drive to Hanford to come and see these drivers in action and for one night. For 410 Sprint Car Racing, this is it in California.
And don't forget about the pre-race autograph session, George. Fully loaded. The 3 winningest drivers in the history of the Golden State and King of the West Series. Brent Kading, Tim Kading, Jonathan Allard, and also former Trophy Cup and Rebel Cup champion Craig Stidham.
Wow, there's a lineup. That makes you worth driving down there just to get the autographs. And of course, he's going to have the nostalgic modifieds and old timers out there as well on Saturday night. The USAC non-wing sprints,
right.
the KWS wing sprints. This is a action-packed night of racing. Don't miss it. Gates open at 5 p.m. Racing starts at 7 p.m. For more info, log into kingspeedway.net. Hey, we're also talking about this weekend. We forgot to mention, you can get tickets early.
Right.
It's not too early to get your tickets, not too late to get your tickets.
Not too late to get your tickets.
That's right. King Speedway, 559-584-7223. That is 559-584-7223.
And of course, there's a lot of great seats at Hanford at the Cotton Classic, the King Speedway. And all that talk about Hanford, George, is really getting me excited to talk about the promoter.
Yeah.
Scott Woodhouse.
You talked to him this week? Well, let's hear Gary's interview with Scott Woodhouse.
Well, on the line now, we have the promoter of King Speedway in Hanford, Mr. Scott Woodhouse. How you doing today, Scott? I'm sure you're getting ready for the Cotton Classic.
Oh, yeah, doing great. As soon as we wrap up here, I'm headed over to start track prep.
Well, now, how's the year gone for you down there at King Speedway?
You know, it's been a up and down with mostly ups, and it's I just see the progress every time we go out for a race. I see progress in the area and the track. People are starting to really know that we're here to stay, and so it's picking up.
Now, you're in your 3rd year promoting King Speedway, of course. What kind of challenges have you faced this year during your 3rd season?
Well, of course, money. That's the big one for all of us promoters. But I think some of the biggest challenges we've had is scheduling. You know, we try to work with as many promoters as we can to try to schedule, the majority of our larger events around each other. And I had some obstacles because certain organizations can only fit me in certain dates, and some of my events would sit right on top of larger scale events. So I've learned to just basically stand up for myself, knowing that I've been here for a couple seasons now, and set the schedule that I'm comfortable with. I think that's been the biggest hurdle to overcome.
Now, you and your wife are basically, I guess you call it jack of all trades, and you really have your hands in a lot of places at King Speedway, so it seems like that track is kind of a part of you.
I tell you what, I used to come out here when this was a sand drag facility when I was a little kid with my parents, and then I grew up watching races out at King Speedway, so, it really is one of those events. I mean, one of those locations that just been part of me all my life. I grew up in Hanford, Lemoore, and been around here since day one, basically. And I tell you what, it's a true love. It's a passion. I'd like to say I'm pulling a paycheck out of the place, and I'm absolutely not. But I actually look forward to hopping on the tractor and the water truck.
Now, we, before the Cotton Classic last year, had you in studio, and we talked a little bit about Plaza Park, where you're also the promoter of. It seems like that place has really grown over the last number of years.
Yeah, this is a predominantly youth-based sport with some adults in it, and it saw its time where the economy really hammered the car count more than the crowd participation, and Brandon Morris, who had really taken that place to the next level, stepped aside when I took over, and it was kind of on a downhill spiral because of the economy, and we've seen a nice growth this last season. Over the last 2 seasons, I'd say it's starting to make its way back, and I might be a little biased, but it is known as one of the best micro tracks in the country, and it produces some of the best talent. So I think that's part of why it grows. People want to race against the best.
Right. And now this Saturday, we of course have one of the big King of the West races and one of the big events each season at King Speedway, the Cotton Classic. We're expecting just a great field to be on hand, so I'm sure you're getting excited down there.
Oh my gosh, this event is. I look forward to this thing every time we get to Reno and I get to actually put it on paper what date it is. This is the one event that I so look forward to. It's always exciting racing. It's always, I put together 2 groups of sprint cars, and I'm trying to grow a set, if you would. I'm trying to go to a complete 410 show next year and do wing 410s and non-wing 410s. And right now with my scheduled date change, it's going to be a little challenging to get the non-wings down here, but I think that would make it even that much better. But I mean, just that much horsepower on one racetrack is just amazing.
Well, hey man, now we'd like to give you the chance to recognize all the people that have made things possible down there at King Speedway this year.
Well, I appreciate that. I just want to thank my new primary sponsor for 2012 and forward, Keller Motors here in Hanford. It's really great to have them. They're a longtime supporter of Kings in the past, and great to have them back on board. Of course, Tachi Palace Hotel and Casino, my local Budweiser distributors, Sequoia Beverage, KRC Safety, Larry Davis Farms, of course, and I really couldn't do it without Junior Bowman. I mean, that guy, Southwest Contractors, we hear his name a lot attached to a lot of different events, but Junior Bowman's really become a friend. He's a true friend of racing, and I really couldn't have this place without him.
Well, hey man, we always love coming to King Speedway. We definitely love what you guys have done down there, and we're excited for the Cotton Classic, and we'll see you on Saturday.
Hey, thanks, Gary, and can't wait to have King of the West out there.
Well, hey everyone, you just saw an interview with Scott Woodhouse, the promoter of the King Speedway down in Hanford. One of the guys that's just doing a great job and has really brought life back into King Speedway. We definitely want to thank him, his wife Lisa, and the whole staff down there at Hanford for being a first-class facility, and we're really excited for the Cotton Classic. Next up, we're going to check out our highlight package from the August 18th event at the Silver Dollar Speedway in Chico, the Prelude to Gold Cup.
won your first 410 main event right here in Chico about 4 or 5 years ago. It's always a place I know you like coming to. Talked to you earlier night, though. You said you're tired of point racing. You're going for wins, and this is a good way to do it.
Yeah, it's definitely a good place to start. The only disadvantage, the only place to go is either backward or to the front stretch. So, we'll give it our best effort. Hopefully we can put on a good show for you guys tonight. And this is my first Dash win all year, so it feels like a main event win. So I'm really happy right now, and I'm just glad to be out here every week doing my thing. Greg and Katie side by side over to the chalk stripe. Green flag comes out. Andy Gregg gets the call this time. Field rumbles and tumbles through 1 and 2. Everyone trying to find their way by. Richard Brace Jr. good run trying to get second. Kyle Larson inside of Allard. John Allard stays on the high side. Nothing up there. However, he's going to lose a couple spots. Kyle Larson up to fourth. Jumps on the loud pedal. Kyle Hurst to the inside of Tim Katie. Those two side by side banging wheels 1 and 2. Katie on the top, Larson with the preferred groove on the bottom. He'll take second. Katie tries to fight his way back on the top side. Nothing to do. John Allard down to the inside. Trying to get through Katie to third. Katie able to hang on. Allard in fourth. Willie Croft, nice move on the top side, gets around Brett Kading and Evan Suggs. Croft to the 6th spot. Larson tries to stay with him. Larson wisely ducks down to the bottom as soon as he can, gets the wheels in the air. Oh, gets in the back of Greg. Tim Katie to second. Larson trying to continue on. Check out Willie Croft at top. Croft around Larson and Allard up to fourth. Tim Katie now big run. Oh! Croft and Allard sideways. Croft upside down. jumps with a loud pedal, leads us back to green. Everyone fighting for the bottom side through 1 and 2. Tim Kading, big run down the backstretch, trying to close it on Greg. Kading and Greg closely knit for the lead. 53. Kading tries a little crossover with the front stretch, trying to get underneath the 53. With Andy Gregg, the top two run closer together. Here comes T. Kading at the bottom. And move the Roth Motorsports number 83 to the lead. Tim Kading takes the lead on lap number 12. Greg back to second, Pete Murphy third. Greg Kading and Evan Suggs side by side, battle for fourth. Kading to the inside of Suggs, Kading takes fourth. Here comes Statler. Statler also underneath Suggs in 3 and 4. Kading off turn corner to complete lap number 26. Just 4 more to go. Tim Kading looking for his 5th King of the West Series win of the season. It should be the 6th for Roth Motorsports. Peter Murphy closing in on Eddie Gregg in the fight for second. Murphy's within the car lane through 3 and 4. In line. White flag out one more time around for TK. Second, with Greg, Murphy, Kading, and Statler. We're still going to give a big high five to Tim Kading as well. Now Tim, get the helmet off. Race fans, make some noise one more time for TK, Tim Kading. Big high five from Jay Patterson there. And Tim, I'll tell you what, you've had a lot of success the last month or so racing on some big tracks back east, but at home, Bull Rings is always your style. Another win this season. Congratulations.
Yeah, I didn't know we were going to come back to tippy-toe racing around the bottom. I hope we get a decent racetrack from when the Outlaws come out, because we need a 2-lane racetrack. This follow the leader stuff isn't fun. I know it wasn't fun for Andy. I hope you fans enjoyed it. I know it was a lot of patience inside that race car trying to keep that thing from spinning out. So I got to thank the fans, Dennis, Teresa, Roth, everybody associated with the King of the West this year. Andy, Pete, they drove good races. Andy had a hell of a race car at the beginning there, and just got off the bottom just a little bit.
Well, welcome back, everyone. You just saw the Prelude to Gold Cup. It was held on August 18th at Chico Silver Dollar Speedway. Tim Kading picked up his series-leading 5th win of the season there at Chico. Always one of the best drivers for the last 10 to 15 years at Silver Dollar Speedway. The second-place finisher, Andy Gregg, also had a great night, leading the first 13 laps in the main event, won the dash, and that was the 4th of his 4 podium finishes so far this season. And then third-place finisher Peter Murphy had a great night, his best night of the season, setting fast time and rounding out the podium. Well, everyone, whenever we're hanging around the races, we always get asked by a lot of fans and team members about how our next guest is doing, and now on the line we have none other than Will Tailgate Rodriguez. Hey, buddy, long time no see.
Hey, Gary, how you doing? Long time no see. It's always a pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah, you too, but you spent a little over a year working with the King of the West Series as production manager and the man behind the camera on KWS Tonight, so how has life been away from racing?
Pretty boring. When I was working for KWS, it was really exciting, especially going to the races. It's like even now, I will catch myself going through old footage I've taken of the races just to be able to watch a sprint car race and get that same excitement, that same feeling that I got back when I saw it live.
Well, you were also married recently. Some people might not know. So, how has married life been for you?
Married life has actually been pretty good. With the job I'm working at now as a contractor for PG&E, I'm either on the road a lot or commuting a lot, and she's just been really, really supportive when it comes to just the amount of hours and the work I have to put in. There are a lot of Thursdays I come home after working 4 10s straight through, and she'll meet me at the door, just take my stuff and say, "Go upstairs, go to bed. I'll have everything ready for you." And it's just she's my best friend, and I couldn't be happier.
Well, we're definitely happy for you. And explain what kind of a job you're doing now. I believe you're doing some gas stuff and trying not to blow yourself up all the week.
Yes. Right now, what I'm doing, when I first started working, when I left KWS, I was contracting for PG&E to inspect, repair, and sometimes replace gas risers at all locations, residential, business, even when it came to state and federal buildings like hospitals and post offices. And what we were doing is we were looking for anything that had to be fixed along the pipe that fed the gas into the building. I handled Sacramento, Yolo County, San Francisco, and Daly City. And now I'm down in Coalinga working at a compressor station, not only doing valve ops maintenance, but also prepping the yard. There's a big audit coming through, and we're just trying to get the yard looking how it should be looking.
It sounds like exciting stuff for you down there. But now, when you came on board with the King of the West Series, you, of course, had never seen a sprint car race. So what kind of connotations did you have about the sport before you really got hot and heavy into it?
Well, the only kind of racing I ever experienced was on TV with NASCAR. So I just thought, oh, it's just going to be a smaller track, and they're just going to be turning left the whole time. It's just, I really didn't have, and I will admit, I didn't have high hopes for the sport. I was like, oh, okay, this is just a job. This is, it's just to be able to pay the bills. But after the first race, I walked away from the Antioch after being on turn 3, getting sprayed with mud, going, I can't wait till the next race. And once I started to grasp on how the racing works, I started to develop favorites. My favorite racer is Doug Gandy, and I started to get really involved when it came to the other racers, Brent Kading, Andy Gray, all of them, and just wanting to, just like how everyone was that season, wanting to see who's going to come out on top, how is this going to play out, and getting excited to see, I think it was Willie Croft and Bobby McMahon fight for that 4th place. It was just, it was just amazing.
Now, of course, we do King of the West Tonight each and every week, and now every Thursday nights at 7 p.m. But what was your favorite thing about working for KWS Tonight every week? I'm sure working with the talent was probably your favorite thing.
Actually, no, it was working with Mr. George Haig and also you, Gary Thomas. It was being able to produce and put on a show each week, and having it different each week, trying to come up with new ideas, trying different ideas that never took off, but giving it a shot, and then towards the end of the season, hearing that the fans actually liked that the 3 of us were really trying to push something out there that would grab people's attention. I mean, that right there was just amazing that the 3 of us could do that, and even to a point towards the end, do it so flawlessly that it wouldn't take long to go and shoot, put together, and we're good to go.
Well, hey, listen, buddy, we really miss you at the races, and we miss seeing you all the time, and definitely want to thank you for calling in, and hopefully we'll see you down the road sometime.
Oh, trust me, Tailgate Rodriguez will return one day.
All right, thanks, bud.
Welcome back to King of the West Tonight. A nice little update on Tailgate Rodriguez. Again, used to be the producer of KWS Tonight, and good job, Gary.
Yeah, definitely enjoyed talking to Tailgate. We've really missed the guy, and luckily he was able to help us out with a great backup guy, Brandon Skaggs, who's doing a bang-up job.
Yeah, that's right. He did recommend Brandon, didn't he?
He did, absolutely.
I guess we can give him credit for that.
We can give a little credit.
That's pretty good. He gets married, he's got a new job, leaves King of the West. I don't know how he could survive leaving King of the West.
That's what I'm saying.
And working for PG&E now.
Right,
but yeah, he's done it. He's busy young man.
You know what else is fast approaching, George? Do you know what today's date is? October 11th.
That means we're 30 days away from the KWS Banquet weekend, championship weekend. And Gary, I know your phone's been ringing off the hook.
Yeah.
We're over 2/3 sold out now. I think we've only got like 50 tickets left.
Right. And our final push is coming up, of course, because we have to give a head count, a week or two before the banquet. So you don't have much time left to get your tickets. Please get your orders in. Contact us, of course, here at the office, 707-374-2222. Get your tickets ordered.
Of course, my side of the office, I'm working on the car show, and you need to get that deadline and get those applications in. If you want to see pictures of your car in the extensive program we're doing for Championship Weekend, get your application in now. And don't forget, when you come to the car show, when you come to the banquet, bring a toy. We got a huge toy drive. It's not too early to think about Christmas, and you get a discount on your car entry if you bring a toy to the Championship Banquet Weekend Car Show.
And of course, every toy and every entry into the car show, as well as a ticket to the Friday night party or the Saturday banquet, you win a chance to experience a day in a car at the on-track motivational experience in Rio Vista.
And then that's a fun deal. I mean, it costs you nothing. You come to the banquet,
right.
you got a chance of winning like a $1,000 day in a sprint car. And we're going to give 2 or 3 of those away at the banquet. The model car contest, I mean,
I know. It's getting big, man, I tell you.
It's right now, it's huge. We're getting people from all over the Northern California area wanting to bring competition-style models. I mean, like race rigs and sprint cars and NASCAR cars and motorcycles and boats, all competition-level models will be eligible for the model car contest. And again, plaques and lots of good stuff to give away for that. But I think it's great for the kids to come. It'll be great for everybody up there at Rancheria to see that. And again, lots of good awards for that.
Yeah, lots of great stuff. And I think a couple days ago we found out we might have the Walt Ross 56 there. So that's going to be a nice little retro piece to the car show.
Not only are we going to have Sheila Ross bring in the Walt Ross car, we're going to have a model built by Bob Carter.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and he's got the hauler, the original hauler truck. It wasn't a trailer then that they hauled that car in, and it's going to be on display in the model car contest.
You're telling me they didn't have 50-foot semis back then?
No, they didn't use 50-foot semis.
Unbelievable.
It was kind of a rollback. Kind of thing,
okay.
Yeah. Hey, tickets. The tickets are going fast. So are the rooms. We get a weekly report from the Rancheria. The rooms are going fast. So if you have not picked up your room yet, and to reserve that, it's 209-223-1677. That'll get you booked into the Rancheria. Once that's full, then you're going to have to move a couple miles downtown.
And the best rooms in the whole town are at the Jackson Rancheria.
Absolutely.
We went up there and visited a couple weeks ago, and the rooms are just fabulous. I mean, they have a pool, they have a jacuzzi, everything you want to see at a casino.
Absolutely.
One of the biggest events of the season, George, and I think that's going to come to a wrap of our show almost.
Well, we got to tell everybody how they can get a hold of us. If you want to get a hold of us on the website, it's right there, kwssprints.com.
You can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/King of the West Sprints.
Or Twitter, right here, KWS Sprints Racing.
You can also email us, kwsseries@yahoo.com.
And you can subscribe to YouTube. Just click right here.
And of course, George, something we're going to do for the Cotton Classic, a little special offer for fans, is that you can actually tweet us with the hashtag KWS Cotton Classic with your favorite photos and best photos from the night of action this Saturday. The 3 photos that we pick are going to win free T-shirts. Not a bad deal. Definitely check us out on Twitter. And I always want to thank our guests. Of course, Scott Woodhouse, one of the top promoters in all of California, doing a great job in Hanford. Definitely want to thank him. Our old buddy Tailgate Rodriguez, one of the best young drivers in California, Kyle Hurst, and another fun show, George. And we are excited for the Cotton Classic.
Say good night, Gary.
Good night, everybody.
Hey, Gary, tonight we're going to...
Start over.
Okay. All the way from the start?
All the way.
Oh, man, he had a good start. You can't do it. Hey, just working on the 2013 schedule here. What a great interview with Kyle Hurst.
Sorry, I got... You turn around, all you see is the squiggles.
You saw my move. I was going to try to make a character, but it didn't work.
Hotel rooms are going fast as well. You got to contact the Jackson Rancheria, area code 209.
I know you're excited about the rooms, Gary, because we actually got you a room.
Back at the room.
Okay. Oh, he wants to be in the picture, Gary.